Santiago was just an ordinary shepherd boy living in the hills of Andalusia, Spain. Every day, he would walk across the lush fields with his sheep, guiding them to find fresh grass and water. He loved being close to nature, feeling the warm sunlight on his face, and talking to his sheep as if they were his friends. But at night, when everything grew quiet, Santiago would lie under the twinkling stars and think about his life. Something within him felt unfulfilled, like a small voice whispering that he was meant for more. One night, Santiago had a dream that was so vivid it felt real. In this dream, a child appeared and led him to the base of the Egyptian pyramids. The child pointed to the ground and said that a hidden treasure lay buried there. Just as Santiago reached out to ask the child more questions, he woke up. Confused but curious, he couldn't shake off the feeling that the dream was trying to tell him something important. Days passed, and the dream continued to appear, each time leaving Santiago more restless. He decided to visit an old gypsy woman known for interpreting dreams. The woman listened closely as Santiago described the dream. Then, with a serious tone, she told him that the dream was a message to follow his heart and travel to Egypt to find the treasure. Santiago was taken aback. Leave his sheep and everything he knew behind for a dream? It seemed like an impossible and foolish idea. But deep down, he felt that this was his chance to find something far greater than gold or riches. It was a chance to discover his purpose and fulfill his destiny. This decision wasn't easy. Santiago spent many nights thinking it over, weighing the comfort of his known life against the uncertainties of a distant dream. In the end, he decided to take a leap of faith. He sold his sheep and set off on an adventure that would change his life forever. This was the start of his journey to find his personal legend, a journey filled with invaluable lessons about life, love, and the true meaning of treasure. Lesson number 1: follow your personal legend, the story of Santiago's decision. Santiago's journey began because he dared to follow his personal legend. But what does that mean? A personal legend is your life's purpose, the reason you're here, and what you're meant to accomplish. It's about listening to your deepest desires and having the courage to pursue them, even when the path is unclear. When Santiago sold his sheep, he was leaving behind everything familiar to chase after a dream. He didn't know if he would succeed or if the treasure even existed. But by taking that first step, Santiago showed that the most important part of any journey is to begin. It's just like when you have a dream of starting a new business, learning a new skill, or exploring a new place. You might feel afraid of leaving your comfort zone, but that's where true growth happens. Santiago's story teaches us that if you have a dream, you need to act on it. The universe will conspire to help you achieve it, but only if you're willing to take that leap of faith. Lesson number 2: overcome fear and take risks, the story of Santiago losing everything. After setting off on his journey, Santiago's excitement quickly turned into despair. He arrived in the bustling market of Tanga, feeling lost in a foreign land. There, he met a young man who spoke Spanish. The man seemed friendly and offered to help Santiago find a guide to take him across the desert. Trusting him, Santiago handed over all his money, believing it would bring him closer to his treasure. But then, in the blink of an eye, the man disappeared into the crowd, taking Santiago's entire savings with him. Santiago was left alone, penniless, and heartbroken in a strange place. It felt like his world had crumbled. He could have easily given up, believing that his dream had led him to ruin. Instead, Santiago took a deep breath and thought about his options. He realized that he still had something valuable: his ability to choose how to react to the situation. He chose not to let fear defeat him. He decided to stay and find a way to earn back what he had lost. This part of Santiago's story teaches us that setbacks and failures are part of any journey. When things go wrong, fear can make you want to quit. But if you push through and refuse to give in, you often find that the experience makes you stronger and wiser. Santiago's courage to keep moving forward turned what seemed like a disaster into a turning point. Lesson number 3: learn to listen to your heart, the story of Santiago at the oasis. Santiago's journey brought him to a beautiful oasis filled with palm trees and clear water, an oasis that seemed like a paradise in the middle of the harsh desert. It was there that he met the alchemist, a wise man who saw in Santiago the potential to achieve great things. The alchemist taught Santiago many things, but one of the most important lessons was about listening to his heart. The alchemist told him, "Your heart knows everything, because it came from the soul of the world. When you listen to your heart, you find where your true treasure lies." But Santiago's heart wasn't always calm and wise. It was often filled with fear and doubts. It told him that he might lose everything, or that Fatima, the woman he had fallen in love with, would be lost to him forever. Despite these worries, Santiago took the time to truly listen to his heart. Slowly, he learned to separate the voice of fear from the voice of truth. His heart told him that leaving Fatima behind for a while was the right choice because it meant honoring his journey and becoming the best version of himself. Listening to his heart helped Santiago make decisions that were in line with his true desires, not his fears. This lesson reminds us to trust our inner guidance. Your heart will sometimes whisper and sometimes shout, but if you really listen, you'll know what's right for you. Lesson number 4: embrace the language of the world. It represents the idea that everything in the universe is interconnected and communicates in a language beyond words, a language understood through feelings, intuition, and the heart. Throughout his journey, Santiago learns to pay attention to this universal language. For example, Santiago learns to observe nature, listen to his heart, and understand signs and omens. He realizes that everything around him, the wind, the desert, the stars, has something to teach him if he's open to it. This language of the world is essentially the universe's way of guiding us toward our destiny. When Santiago opens his heart and mind, he starts noticing these subtle messages. He understands that he's a part of something much bigger, and that life has a unique way of communicating its wisdom to him. This helps him make decisions, stay on the right path, and recognize when he's getting closer to his dreams. The lesson is that to truly connect with the world and discover your purpose, you must be willing to go beyond logic and rational thinking. It's about tuning into your feelings, trusting your intuition, and understanding the signs that life presents. By embracing this language, you can navigate through life with more clarity and align your actions with the deeper flow of the universe. When you open yourself to it, you begin to see how everything is connected, and you become more attuned to your own path and purpose. This deeper connection helps you find meaning and guides you toward achieving your dreams. Lesson number 5: face the trials along the way. It means that on the path to fulfilling your dreams, you will inevitably face obstacles, challenges, and hardships. These trials are not meant to discourage or stop you. Instead, they are opportunities for growth and learning. In the book, Santiago's journey is filled with numerous trials. He loses his money, is betrayed, and even faces the threat of death. Each of these situations tests his resolve and determination. But instead of giving up, Santiago learns from these setbacks and becomes stronger and wiser with each challenge. These trials are an essential part of his journey because they shape him into the person he needs to become to achieve his dream. The lessons he learns along the way make the final success more meaningful. They also prepare him to appreciate the treasure he is seeking, not just in a material sense, but also in a spiritual one. The message here is clear: when you pursue something truly meaningful, expect difficulties. Don't see them as signs that you should stop, but rather as stepping stones that help you become the person capable of achieving your dreams. Lesson 6: the power of love and faith. Santiago meets Fatima, a beautiful woman living in an oasis. He falls deeply in love with her and considers abandoning his quest for the treasure to stay with her. But Fatima encourages him to continue his journey, saying that true love does not hold someone back. Instead, it empowers and inspires them to fulfill their purpose. She believes that if Santiago achieves his dreams, he will come back to her. This shows the power of love, how it can give someone the courage to pursue their destiny rather than limit them. There are times when Santiago feels like giving up because of hardships or doubts, but his faith keeps him moving forward. He trusts that the universe is guiding him and that every experience has a purpose. This faith in himself and in the journey helped Santiago overcome fear and obstacles, bringing him closer to his ultimate goal. In essence, the power of love and faith means believing in something greater than yourself and allowing it to guide you. True love wants what's best for the other person, and faith helps you stay resilient even when the path is uncertain. Together, love and faith create an unbreakable force that can help you achieve even the most challenging dreams. Lesson 7: The treasure lies within. At the end of the book, Santiago learns that the physical treasure he was searching for is actually buried back in Spain, right where his journey began. Initially, this might seem disappointing because he went through so many struggles, crossed deserts, faced danger, and traveled thousands of miles, only to realize that what he was looking for was right at home all along. But this realization is symbolic. Santiago's journey wasn't just about finding gold or jewels. It was about self-discovery. Every experience he went through, meeting the king, crossing the desert, falling in love with Fatima, learning from the alchemist, and understanding the soul of the world, transformed him into a wiser and stronger person. The real treasure was the knowledge and insight he gained, which helped him understand who he truly is and what he's capable of. Sometimes, we think we need to go far and wide to find happiness, success, or fulfillment. But the truth is, we already have everything we need within us: our potential, strength, and inner wisdom. Santiago's journey teaches us that the true treasure lies not in material wealth, but in knowing ourselves and realizing our own capabilities.